Luton Town 1, Liverpool 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this match, I just was live for it. And where do I even begin? Let's start with just the raw, dirty details of it. 74% possession for Liverpool to Luton's 26. That is ridiculously high possession stats. 24 shots to Luton's 8. Yet the match ends level. And first off, I want to say Luton deserved their point. They, they fought hard. Obviously, a bit of time wasting involved towards the end, but any team that is the underdog, especially at home, will time waste. You can't really blame any team because every team does it when they're up. No team is just going pedal to the metal every single opportunity they can. So credit to Luton for their point. Liverpool looked very far off the mark. Looking at the XG here, 3 expected goals, and they only have 1 to show for it. There's a few moments in the match that really deserve highlighting, and for me, I think right at the top of that is sadly the Darwin Nunez miss. I don't know exactly when it happened. It was right before Tahith Chong scored, but there's this moment where the ball comes in, Salah's in the middle of the box. He heads it across goal to Darwin Nunez, and it ends up effectively, getting skied. It's an open goal. Darwin just can't, it bounces a bit and he can't finish it. And I saw some people in chat saying, get Nunez out. He always misses easy chances. And while, listen, Darwin does miss chances, plenty of them. He also creates a ton. And Luton is a side that is going to play far more conservatively than any other team in the Premier League. Plus, you got to realize with your back against the wall, you're in the relegation zone. You got to give Luton their flowers. I don't really want to make this video a hit piece on Luton or a hit piece on Liverpool because Liverpool played well, but they just didn't finish their chances. And on top of that, I think that there's a lot that you can discuss from this match on both sides to see where they are at this point in the season and how they are going to kind of progress as the season progresses. So if all those kind of things interest you, consider subscribing to the Sideline Sedo YouTube channel. We have a lot of videos coming soon and a lot of different types of pieces of content that will be on the channel. But quickly, I want to discuss this match from top to the bottom. First half, Liverpool were just all over Luton. Tons of shots. Luton didn't have a single corner. Luton was just being, frankly, bullied. And then, up until really the 80th minute, which is really where there's a chance from Ogbene at one point that he didn't make the most of. And eventually he gets subbed off. And exactly right after he gets subbed off for Jacob Brown, we see this corner come in. There's some thoughts of, is it a handball? The whole Liverpool squad. And this is the biggest moment that I think if you're going to criticize, if you're going to, throw negativity at the Liverpool squad from today, it's deserving of this. The corner moment where the ball is swung in, they think it's a handball on Ross Barkley, and Virgil van Dijk puts his hand up like, yo, it's a handball. And everyone else freezes and like, handball, handball. It doesn't get called. The counter breaks. We get scored on. If the team was just zoned in for the slightest bit more of time, we don't concede that goal. We clear the ball. We end up winning the game somehow. The whole complexion of the fixture would be entirely different, but that's besides the point. I'm not going to say for one, I don't think that Luton necessarily didn't deserve a point here. They played exceptionally well defensively. They were very tidy. Liverpool, they dominated possession. Liverpool drive forward, but as soon as they needed that final pass, it was missing. And quite frankly, that has been kind of Liverpool's weakness since Jurgen Klopp has come into the squad, since he's joined Liverpool. The biggest flaw for Liverpool is one of two things: either conceding goals, not being able to deal with the fact that they play a high line and, not being able to protect said high line, or two, breaking down low blocks. Luton plays an extremely low block. I would say, this video up until the very end of the match was about to be an absolute scolding rant on Liverpool. I don't even know where it would have headed because, I mean, A, it didn't happen, but listen, Luton is now out of the relegation zone. They were going to fight tooth and nail to get this point today. They're trying to get all three. So they were close. They made the most of their chances. They had one really big chance. They scored, and um, the main reason I'm not kind of tearing into Liverpool is because I think this squad is still incomplete. And I don't think that's necessarily an issue of Klopp's or um, you know, the squads, even the players. I think it's just a fact that at this moment, a very, very, very low block team against Liverpool, like it has for many years, is probably going to be in a position to, sneak out a draw, sneak out maybe a shock win. Um, I think that a lot of the players for Liverpool played fantastic, and I think Luis Diaz looked incredible when he came on. He got himself the only other goal of the fixture, and if you're following what's been going on uh, in Luis Diaz's personal life, it's very public. Obviously, situation with his parents and his father, more specifically now. Um, Prayers for the Diaz family. Really, just wishing that that whole kidnapping situation hopefully resolves itself in the most safe and expeditious manners, and hopefully Lucho can be reunited with his family soon enough. Very sad, and it's been kind of on my mind, and I would assume many other Liverpool fans' minds for many a time now. But he got the goal. He looked great when he came on. Definitely, after the match, he seemed there was a bit of an emotional outpour, and that makes sense. He had a message under the shirt that said "Freedom for Dad." Basically, he pulled up his shirt when he scored the goal. Totally emotional moment. But credit for Lucho, for basically pulling out that goal effectively by himself for Liverpool. Um, that I honestly like. It's moments like that, seeing not even just him scoring, but seeing him, lift his shirt and have the message for his father, kind of makes you think for a second. It's fine that we drew this game. I'm happier that Lucho got a goal than like us winning the game. If it was one or the other, I mean, I'm glad he seemed to kind of have needed that in a way. He hasn't been playing for a bit, so that was definitely like a fairly emotional moment that honestly kind of softened the blow of the loss, I guess. Or not the loss, the draw. It feels like a loss because it's against Luton. No offense, Luton played great once again, but Route One football, low block, hoof it up. It's a tale as old as time. Long ball football is always going to be there. It's always going to be an option. And I mean, Luton, credit to them. They executed their game plan perfectly, and now they're officially 17th out of the relegation zone, ahead of Sheffield United, Burnley, and Bournemouth in that specific order from bottom to top. So entertaining fixture, can't lie. Now I'm a little kind of out of the fixture, disappointed regardless. Always going to be disappointed if you drop points, especially if you're top side. But Kenilworth Road, credit to Luton. Can't really knock their ambition. They seem like a tight knit unit. I'd love to see them stay up. If our point is the difference between them staying up and them going down, I mean, as long as it doesn't interfere in our title charge too much, I'm not too concerned. And speaking of Liverpool, they are now in third place on 24 points, ahead of Arsenal. We're technically tied with Arsenal on goal difference. So effectively level at third with Arsenal. Aston Villa in fifth with 22 points behind them. And then you have Tottenham in second, who's on 26 points with 10 games played. So they have a game in hand tomorrow against Chelsea, of course, which could see them go top of the table again on 29 points. But for the time being, City is solely at the top with 27 points after 11 fixtures, 9 wins, 2 losses. And, Liverpool's only realistically a win behind them. So I'm not saying that, one way or another, but This doesn't take Liverpool out the title race, so I'm not too concerned. Obviously, it's a fixture you would want to win, but I think most people are going to see that as the season progresses. Luton away, very hard fixture to deal with. But that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this fixture. Let me know what you thought of just everything surrounding, the events of the game. What do you think of the Premier League as it stands with the table? Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. There's plenty of other Liverpool, Premier League, and general football content videos on the channel and plenty more coming. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Sideline Sedo. Peace.